Assalamu alaikum, what's up, everybody? Today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about compassion and this idea of compassion and how that can become a meaningful concept, what I would call a meaningful concept. And for me, I see a really good parallel between the way that Noam Chomsky describes free speech and the way I'd like to access talking about compassion. And when Chomsky talks about free speech, he's got a bit of a famous quote about it, which basically comes down to this. If you only support free speech for people who agree with you, you don't support free speech. And the logical extension of that is that free speech only becomes a meaningful concept when it is applying to people who you totally disagree with. So if you support the free speech of people who have ideas that are totally repugnant to you, that's when you really support free speech. So for me, what's more interesting is to import this into a spiritual dimension of compassion. And compassion is related to other concepts like forgiveness, understanding, empathy, right? And these are all very virtuous qualities that, as far as I know, just about every spiritual or religious tradition will have some way of emphasizing. And it's also worth mentioning that these concepts are emphasized not as some kind of charity because you're supposed to let people off the hook. That's actually the myth. The myth is that if we forgive someone who wronged us, we're letting them get away with something. And the truth is that forgiveness is something that can be for us and that is absolving us of the anguish of holding on to this grudge. And again, I don't think compassion is very far off. And so to take Chomsky's idea and apply it to compassion, let's say that we can rephrase the same idea in this way. Compassion only becomes meaningful when it's applied to people who you don't understand, you cannot relate to. Maybe you can't even tolerate people who have repugnant ideas to you, people who are wrong when you are right. And this is basically usually involves us swallowing a pack of lies. And the lies are, they are so wrong and we are so right. And yeah, of course, I'm a compassionate person and I'm a caring person, but those people over there, they're wrong. And maybe they're specifically wrong because they're not compassionate. Those people have no compassion whatsoever, so they don't deserve it. So basically, the argument that I'm trying to make is just like free speech, just like a lot of things, they only really become meaningful when we apply them to people who we do not agree with. And if you think about that, the good thing, I think, is that as human beings, this is actually very difficult. As human beings, we have blind spots, and there are sections of the population that we do not forgive, we do not have compassion towards, we other them, and we distance ourselves from them. We draw a line in the sand between us and them. We say us and them. We might do that unconsciously, we might do it consciously. It might happen subtly, it might happen overtly, it might happen in words, it might happen in actions. So because this is human nature to do this on some level, the probability is that we are all doing it, including myself. We all fall into this, right? And if we stay out of it most of the time, we fall into it sometimes. We fall into judging and criticizing and succumbing to this kind of us and them style of thinking. So the opportunity is to find people that we do not accept, find people that we do not have compassion for, that we, however subtly or however subconsciously, have decided are beneath consideration and beneath compassion. And that could be people who disagree with you about a very important issue. It could be people from other faith traditions that you don't accept or respect. It could be whatever. I think it's going to be different from person to person for each one of us. But find those people. Maybe it's family members and friends, right? Maybe it's just the people who really grind our gears. Find those people, and find those people because when you establish, these are the ones who are giving me trouble. These are the ones who make it hard for me to maintain my compassionate disposition. These are the ones who are really teaching you about real compassion. The ones that make it hard for us to be compassionate are the ones who are teaching us about real compassion. And if you think about it, when we develop compassion for exactly these people, we have really grown, and we have done that not because we're letting them get away with something, not because we're taking the high road or whatever, but because this is a part of our development, this is a part of our evolution, this is a part of our spiritual growth, if we choose to see these moments as opportunities. That's pretty much my spiel. Thank you so much for watching what I had to say about compassion today. Please hit that like and subscribe. I'm going to be making more videos soon. Have a great day. Bye.